Yay, Wade. Yes, thank you, Wade. All right, so let's bring them up. Wade Lightheart.
I can't hear it. You have too much food. How are we all doing today? We got 3 people. I said, how are we all doing today? Thank you very much. I want to thank the Enagic staff, Mr. Ashir, all the people working in the background. You guys are doing a great job. Can we give them a big round of applause? You know, as distributors in Enagic, I think we forget that Enagic is primarily a manufacturing company, and it's our job to do the marketing, it's our job to do the training, and we get to make the bulk of the commissions because of that. But none of that would happen without the people working so hard in the background, so I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of our heart, and everybody should join us in that. Thank you. Alright, so today they asked me to do this training a couple days ago, so I wrote this PowerPoint on my route here. And what we're going to learn about today is some of the things that I ran into challenges with, and some things that I'd like to pass on to you, and an invitation for you guys to be able to take this knowledge and expand it with your teams. How many people would like that information? Yes. How many people would like that information? Right. How many people would like to be able to know how to avoid the pitfalls, the potholes, and the roadblocks that stop you in your business? Absolutely. Yes. 3 people? How many people have here had obstacles in their business? How many people have had challenges in growing their organizations? Honestly. How many people would like to be able to move through that smoothly? How many people? Okay, this is a participation point, okay? So remember what Mr. Asobi taught us today? What do successful people do? They commit. So how many people would like to know this information? We'll get there eventually. So let's talk about this. I can't read any of this. That's terrible. Anyways, what we're going to learn about today is some initial aspects of mindset, basic skill development, establishing credibility, also when you're down. How many people have had a moment when they were challenged in their business? Honestly. Where their confidence might have gotten knocked down. Anybody experienced that? Of course, we all have. And the reality is how you respond to adversity is going to determine your ultimate success in life. Do we agree to that? Do we agree to that? Yes. You have to realize that your challenges, and if you're in this room today, I can guarantee that every one of you has a challenge in your personal life, a challenge maybe in your professional life, and maybe a challenge in your spiritual life. And I got some news for you. Those challenges are an invitation from God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, to help you discover your own greatness. You see, without a challenge, you will never rise to the potential that you can be. Without a challenge, you will never discover how great you are. And one of the biggest obstacles that people have today is they want things easy. Would you agree? How many people have had a distributor say that this is hard? This is challenging. Nobody wants to buy a $4,000 machine. Anybody heard those things? Yes. And here's where you are going to grow an organization. Write this down, because this is the biggest secret. The secret is to challenge your team. Not to tell them that it's going to be easy. You tell them that it's going to be difficult. You tell them that it's going to be hard. But most of all, you tell them that it's going to be worth it. If you prepare the process early and you create an environment of success, your team will be successful. If you create an environment of mediocrity an environment of softness, an environment of ease, you will fail. And if you tell people that it's easy and that it's simple and that it's going to go just like no problem, then you know what you are doing? You're being dishonest. And people pick up on that dishonesty. People are sharper than you think. The first thing I say, this isn't for everybody. I don't know if this is for you. I don't know if you are qualified to participate in my organization or in my business. All of a sudden, you know what the posture happens then? Yeah, but why am I not qualified? You see, Enagic has set rankings. Enagic has set standards of excellence. Both from the manufacturing side, there are international standards that they've met to have the qualification of the machine they have. If they don't have it, we don't sell that. We can't sell that machine as the ISO manufacturer. If you go to a medical profession, Dr. Horst Filzer here in the back, okay? We're talking today. 16 years, I think he said, something like 16 to 20 years before he can perform surgeries for people. Why? Because he's holding somebody's heart in his hand. Life and death. If you treat your business with that level of focus and discipline, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen to your business? And if you set that standard, did anybody watch the Super Bowl? Anybody watch that? They're 25 points down. And I'm sitting there with a friend of mine, and he says, this game is over. And I said, no, it's not over. He's like, come on, wait, the odds are 1,000,000 to 1. He plays. I said, I understand the odds, but every one of those players has beaten the odds in life. Every one of those athletes should never have been a professional athlete. Every one of those athletes has beaten the odds over and over again. I can tell you, if they do this, if they do this, if they do this, then they're going to win, and that is the story that they're telling themselves. He told me I was crazy. I got excited because for once in my life I was proven right when they came back and won. It was awesome. But the point of the matter is that team is successful all the time, not because they say it's easy, but because they say that it is hard and this is the Patriot way. Do you see the magic in that? Do you see the magic of creating a culture of excellence? That is when you will grow your business. That is when your business will become easy. Because you will attract those people who either are excellent or want to be excellent, as opposed to trying to drag and haul and carry people that are never going to get it because they want it easy. John F. Kennedy, United States President, made a speech, and I recommend that today with YouTube, it's amazing. What I would recommend is you go out there and you watch the speeches of great men and women throughout history. And John F. Kennedy, at the time, the Soviet Union, there was the big Cold War and all that sort of stuff. Thank God that's sort of over. We're trying to remanufacture. But anyways, between the two of those things, he said in his speech, we do these things not because they are easy, but because they are hard, and this country will put a man on the moon at the end of this decade. And they did. Martin Luther King said, I have a dream that one day the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will sit down at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. When you have a dream that is so magnetic, like our president, 76 years old, looking fantastic. Many of those guys are retired looking for, the end of the line. What's he doing? He's flying around the world. He's teaching people about compassion, about love. He's teaching people about building a business. He's teaching people about finding an openness in their heart to help people physically, financially, emotionally. You're part of that vision. You're part of that message, and there is a standard that needs to be held in order to do that. And when you create this standard inside your business, when you create this standard inside your demonstrations, when you create this standard every single time you do a demonstration, your business will get easy. Woo! Yeah. But to get there, it's hard. Do you understand that? To get there, you got to turn the television off. To get there, you have to study. To get there, you have to hear no over and over again. To get there, you're going to have to experience fear. You're going to have to experience failure. Adverse failure. Heart-wrenching failure. And you are going to have to encourage other people to do the exact same thing. If you understand that, and if you embrace that, and if you own that, your life will transform on every level. That you will be able to actually get excited about challenges, excited about adversity, excited when you hear the things that used to make you quiver. That's when you become empowered. So we are in the empowerment business. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Now, the reality is this. No matter how much you want something or how much emotion you put into something, you need to have what? Knowledge, yes. I would go another step further. Is knowledge enough?
No.
What else do you need? You need heart, you need actions. So wisdom is applied knowledge. Wisdom applied with your heart is compassion. Do you see that? Knowledge without wisdom can end up cruelty. Compassion without knowledge is naivety. You need to mix the two and combine them in an action that moves towards your vision. Does that make sense? So let me ask you a question. What is your vision? What is your vision? Right now. Is your vision to wait to get to 5 o'clock so we can get out of here? Is your vision to make sure you get the right picture for your Facebook? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. What is your why? The business has to start with a why. What is your why? Why are you here, really? Are you here because someone asked you? Are you here to collect a check? Are you here to make friends? What is it? I want you to take just 60 seconds and write down in this moment, what is my why? What is the why that would make me cry? Because you need emotion. We are human beings, and we are inscribed with these wonderful things called emotions. And sometimes they don't really make a lot of sense. Without emotions, we can't take motion towards our vision. And so, how do you develop meaning in life? Is through your why. Don Prosser talked about that earlier today. By the way, Don, give Don a big round of applause. I don't know where he is today. I thought he really nailed it today, and I thought I'm so happy to hear that, because I think it's important to recognize that people first buy into you. People want to know if you're in alignment. There's 3 things people look for in influence. I'm kind of going off topic today, but that's okay because it's important. We'll get there anyways, and I'll forget about the slides. We'll get down to these more important things. There are 3 things. How many things? 3 things that determine whether somebody is going to buy into what you're sharing with them or not. Would you like to know what they are? Yes. Would you like to know what they are? Yes. Okay, first thing. Write this down. A stands for authenticity. Authenticity. You need to be authentic to who you are. God made each and every one of us unique in our own abilities, with a unique personality, with a unique social environment, with a unique goals, dreams, visions, experiences. You need to be you. One of the mistakes that people make is they are trying to be somebody that they're not, and people can pick this up. If you like to drink and smoke cigars and have a good time, embrace it. And say, you know, by the way, I drink this water because it helps me. And you're going to attract a group of cigar smoking, heavy drinking, fun loving, and magic distributors. Yay! Nothing wrong with that. If you're a homemaker who has a beautiful family, who's been hustling for doing 3 jobs, working a business, raising your kids by yourself, struggling to make it, own it. Share it. Share the raw you. And you know what? You will attract an army of struggling homemakers who find a vision and a commonality, and you will build a team of amazing people, and your message will expand around the world, because someone who's in the same situation with you will say, they're just like me. Does that make sense? Yes. So, can everybody raise their right hand today? Just raise your hand. From this point forward, I will be me. I will be me. Right on. Give yourself a round of applause. You have license. Second thing. So what's the first thing? Second thing. Power. You need to share your vision with power. Now some people, and I'll give you 2 different examples to illustrate my point. There was a man that existed one time who weighed approximately 90 pounds. His teeth was falling out of his head, and he took a vow of poverty. He spoke extremely softly, and he took on the British Empire, under which the sun had never set. And he organized 700 million Indians to say, no, we don't like your program anymore. He didn't fire a gun. He didn't take up a knife. He didn't punch anybody. He spoke softly. He spoke with authenticity. And he spoke with power. And he changed the world, and his name was Mahatma Gandhi, and Mahatma means great soul. So you do not have to be loud to be powerful. Does that make sense? Yes. If you're loud, be loud. I've been kicked out of so many places for being loud, I can't tell you. It's just the way I am. I can't help it. I don't know. So the more important thing is how do you develop power? What is the key essentials to develop power? Do you know what it is?
Self-belief.
Self-belief, yes, that's right. Vision. By having a clear vision, you can develop power. Because power is different. There's a great book out there, and I recommend everybody read it. It's written by a man by the name of Dr. David Hawkins. And it's called Power versus Force. See, force always requires energy. I can go over here and I can make somebody buy a machine. I can hold a gun to their head and say, buy this machine right now, because I need to make a sale and I need to go 6A this week, so this is the way it's going to go down. There are whole societies built on this premise. Now, do you think that person is going to be motivated to go out and tell that story? And they might be forced into it, but force always requires energy. I'm going to have to go back and threaten that person every single week. Or the people that come to my business. And a lot of people in Enagic, that's what they're doing. They're kind of threatening their distributors. Well, come on, Bob, you got to go to 4A because I need to get to 6A. People can pick that stuff up. They're not stupid. Now, with power, you have a vision. And with that vision, you bring people into it. Vision has its own energy. Vision builds without your actions after a while. It supports. Think of gravity. It just kind of works. We don't think about it. We're hurtling through space at tens of thousands of miles an hour at some unknown piece of galaxy, some piece of dirt clopping through the universe at some unbelievable speed, and we're held on the planet by gravity. Do we have to think about it? No, that's power. It's just happening. Force never happens. So with power, you get power by the clarity of your vision. And what you need to do on each and every day. How many people here have a daily ritual? How many people have a morning ritual? Okay. Here's what I'm going to invite you to do. You have got to get yourself in a powerful state each and every day. If you do not align and invigorate and get clear about your vision each and every day, the world will beat you down with an association of distractions. I believe there's weapons of mass distraction. It's called Facebook. It's called emails. And what are emails? I mean, email is an organization of somebody else's agenda for your life. Okay, that's what it is. TV, right? YouTube, all these wonderful things. So if you have vision and you're aligning with that vision each and every morning, you can become powerful, because when you get up, people go, you're walking with purpose. You're not like, oh, what's that? Oh, you're powerful. You're communicating through your body language, and people pick up the subtle cues far more than you think. You believe that to be true?
Yeah.
So go get, whether into Tony Robbins, get his things, find a morning ritual. There's a bunch of them out there. You could use the Google, the www world, find that and develop a morning ritual. For me, I practice an energization to invigorate my body, okay? I do a meditation to connect with what I believe is source energy. And the night before, I have aligned with what I want to achieve each and every day in alignment with my goals. That's it. That's how I create my ritual, and I do my ritual, and I do my exercises, and I envision my stuff, and I put the good stuff in my brain so that when I go out, I'm ready on my mission. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
So, first thing is what? Well, what is it again? You got it? Right. What's the second thing? Third thing. Clarity. Write this down. Clarity. You need to be clear about what you're explaining. Does that make sense? Yeah. So what happens is people get started in magic and they all of a sudden they've become a biochemical water genius of the 4th generation of whatever. And people are going, Bob, you're a plumber. How did you become a molecular hydration specialist? A great man once said, perfection, this is Leonardo da Vinci, perfection is when there is nothing left to take away. It's boiled down essence. So if you look at the tagline of Enagic, it's change your water. What is that? Yeah, change your water, change your life. Now here is one of the advantages that Mr. Oshiro had when he came to North America. Many of us are from North America, and if you understand what I'm saying, you at least speak English. So thank you for taking the time to learn that if you're not from the native countries itself. But what was the advantage? Do you get what it was? The advantage was his adversity. He couldn't speak the language. So what did he have to get across? Simple. Clear. 3 things. What are the 3 things that we do in Enagic? What's that? True health, right? So we got physical health, financial health, and peace of mind. Let's all say that all together. What's the first thing? Physical health. 3 people. What's the first thing? What's the second thing? And what's the third thing? That's it. That's your message. Hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm in a business that changes people's lives. Well, how does that work? Well, we change people's lives physically, we change people's lives financially, and we help people achieve peace of mind. Which one of those are you interested in? All of them. And shut up. Listen. Let people talk. Is that easy? Is that simple? Can you do that? Yes. Can you train that? Yes. 3 people. Yes. Can you do this? Yes. Can you train this? Yes. Will you? Yes. See, I saw a little drop off there. Why is that? You guys want a little training here? So why is it that last piece that the energy dropped? Why is it when I asked you to commit to your life, to your dreams, to your vision, to whatever it is that you want to achieve in this company, why did your energy drop? Be honest. I want you to be honest. I'm not going to point anybody out, but I want you to be honest with yourself. What did you feel? What's that? Right there. I want you to capture that energy for a moment that you felt in that moment when this comes right down to your dreams. This is about you. This isn't about me. Why did you feel that compression? Now I want you to write down what you're feeling right now when it comes to your vision. Write it down. Do you believe that your vision is not possible? Do you believe that you don't have the tools that you need? Do you feel that you are not a skillful presenter, or that there's some skill inside the business that you don't know, or there's something that you're missing? Does anybody have that feeling? Write it down. And as you're writing this down, I'm going to encourage you to do something. I'm going to encourage you to examine that piece deeply. I'm going to encourage you to see that that challenge, it's your unique challenge inside of yourself. It is the thing that is holding you back from greatness. It is your next step. Because you know what you're going to find? You want to know what you're going to find? It's a fear. And you know what a fear is? False evidence appearing real. So let's just examine this for a moment. Whatever that feeling that you have inside of yourself, whatever you wrote down, whatever caused you to kind of quiver from your own dreams, is a fear. And that fear is where your greatness is ready to come out. It's a falsehood. And that, my friends, is evil. It's pure untruth. There is not one single person here in this room that does not have the ability to be at the top of this Enagic Corporation. There is not one single person who cannot go out there in this room that can touch hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of people. Not one. This business is simple. All the hard work has been done for us. The manufacturing's done, building the organizations, setting up the distribution channels all around the world, setting up the accounts, doing the accounting, doing the taxing, building the marketing materials, creating the story. All of that is done for us. The only thing that is holding you back is your fear. And you know what that fear will affect? That fear will keep you from being what? A, authentic. B, powerful. And C, clarity. And if those three things are out of alignment, you will never be able to communicate this message in a way that will invite people to come to you. Does that make sense? Yep. So the question becomes now, how many people in this room are committed to eliminating that?
Yes.
How many people in this room are committed to eliminating their fears?
Yes.
How many people are committed to do this no matter what?
Yes.
How many people are willing to run into that wall and fail?
Yes.
How many people are willing to face their fear until it does not control them ever again? Because when you do this, when you embrace this, when you become the victor in your own life with whatever obstacle you're facing now, and I don't want to diminish whatever obstacle you're in, whether you're a 1A or a 6A, 5-50 million, it doesn't matter. Because I can guarantee you from rank 1 to rank whatever, everybody has a fear, and everybody has an obstacle, and everybody has a challenge that they have to, that's relative to them, and it's as real as it gets. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
And that's what unites us, that's not what divides us. So when you're willing to face your own fears, you can share those stories. You can share those lessons with the people in your team. And you know what happens at that moment? Your heart opens. You stop communicating with your mind and you start communicating with your heart. You know, the magic of Enagic is not the machines. The magic of Enagic is not the 8-point compensation program. The magic is Mr. Oshiro's spirit. And what he has embraced because of the adversities in his own life. As Don said, bombed here. Bombed here by a foreign country. You read the book and he talks about how they thought that the GIs were going to eat them if they were found. And then a guy reached out with a chocolate bar when he first met him, a starving young boy with malaria. And he realized in that moment that a friendship was built. Even though he had lost family members, even though he walked to school with burning shrapnel in his bare feet, even though he suffered from physical maladies, even though he went through a financial meltdown with the Sony Corporation, all of these obstacles, he died, 3 times, he said in the book. Died! Yet each one of those obstacles, he rose up. And he said, I'm going to move forward. And I'm going to lead with my heart. Not my mind. I'm not going to outthink everybody. I'm not going to be the smarter person in the group. I'm not going to molecular hydrate myself to another world. No, I'm going to tell people, change your water, change your life. Don't change your wife. Might find one. And it's that simple, heart-centered wisdom, different than logic. There's a lot of things in Enagic that I don't think are logical. There's a lot of things that I don't understand. But somehow, year after year, the company keeps growing. Why do you suppose that is? Because there's enough people to be wrong. Enough people to be real. Enough people to share their challenges, their goals, their dreams, and their visions. The question is, are you going to carry that message forward?
Yeah. Yes.
Are you going to carry that message forward?
Yes.
Now, how do you do it? Number 1, what is the first thing that you need? Starts with the V. Right. Get a clear vision. Okay? Take your message. Make it clear. Make it simple, powerful, and authentic to you. Do not try to replicate what other people are doing, being honest with yourself. Sometimes the most difficult things to be. And continue to take action. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great. So, I know we're kind of running low on time. Does anybody resonate with what I'm talking about today? Okay, great. So, I was going to do this whole PowerPoint and all these different things and all this sort of stuff, but for whatever this is streamed in is more important. But I will share with you this. How many people have had challenges inside of their business or growing their business or dealing with the growing teams in the company? Yeah, everybody has. I know that. So here's what we did. Over the last year and a half, I had the same challenge. So I was out there and I was doing the 6A and 6A2 and all that sort of stuff, and I found I was getting stalled on my way to 6A23. And what I reckon, because I travel around a lot. Does anybody travel a lot? Yeah, it happens as your company goes. I had all these teams in all these different places, but what I found is I wasn't able to give the care and compassion and undivided attention to people who were just starting out. And here's what I discovered. For those of you in the audience who are statisticians and like the facts, so I'm going to change tones here for a second. Does anyone know what the deciding factor in a NAGIC is as far as growing a distributor? Does anybody know what rank it is? Yeah, someone said it here. 4A, yes. If you look at the statistics, 85% of the people, I think, will never ever sell a machine. And at 4A, you have 1.7% of the people who buy machines. So to qualify that, that means that 3 people out of 200 are going to get to 4A. Okay, whoever buys an engine. And then a lot of people are just consumers, and that's fine. But out of the people who reach 4A, over 85% go to 6A. So what I realized was this. The most critical factor in you growing your business from a statistical perspective is going from 0 to 4A. And in order to do that, you have got to demonstrate to that person that you are willing to go to the wall for them. Does that make sense? Yeah. That you are willing to do the demonstrations for them, that you are willing to do the invitations with them or for them, that you are willing to reach out to their community, that you are willing to get in a car, get in a plane, get in a boat, get in a train, walk across the street, walk across town, set up a meeting, meet a person in a coffee shop, in a gymnasium, in a training room, in a back office, in a truck, I don't care, but you have got to be willing, and you say, no matter what goes on, I am going to get you to 4A. Are you with me? Yes? Yes. And when you take that kind of ownership of your business, and you say, this is the standard that I create in my organization, that no matter what, if you sign up with me today, we're going to go through hell and high water to get you to at least 4A. Does that make sense? Yes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to help you identify the people in your business that you're going to take to 4A. And when you do this, you will grow an organization. Does that make sense? Yes. That's the kind of clarity about how the structure works. And then what you do is you set aside the time to build that distributorship, to build that person, to do the work with that person and grow the business. Does that make sense? Yes. So, 0 to 4A, you commit to that. Authenticity, power, clarity. Put your vision in and realize that the fear that you have is your next challenge. Now, in order to overcome a fear, what do you need? Good. Those are all true, but there's one more thing. Surrender. Now, surrender is not a passive action. Surrender means I acknowledge my fear. I acknowledge this challenge, and I am going to surrender to mentorship from someone who has overcome this obstacle and can teach me how to overcome it. Does that make sense? Yeah. So whatever you wrote down today as your major obstacle, your next job is to go out and find that person. Find the mentor, find the coach, find whoever can help you eradicate this. Put it out there and say, you know what, I have a fear of speaking. I have a fear of numbers. I have a fear of marketing myself. I have a fear of inviting people. I have a fear of asking for a sale. I have a fear of coaching other people. Whatever that fear is, find the person that can help you with it and say, I have this fear. I've surrendered to it. I need what? I need help. It's the most noble thing that you can do. Because when you surrender to the fear and you ask for the teacher, what's the old saying? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. And what is the first thing? We're here in the East. And the guru-disciple relationship, the teacher and the student. If you're into Star Wars, it's the master and the Padawan. The first thing is, yes, master, I submit to your teaching. And the master does what? It tests the sincerity of the student. Do you really want to surrender? You know, Karate Kid, wax on, wax off, what am I doing? You know, all those mystic moves. What's the favorite part? When the guy's like scrubbing stones with a toothbrush, right? And it's a horrible work, right? Or they're shoveling out garbage, or they're like running till they can't do it, or they're putting their leg up again. They're doing something that is really what? It's really what? Yeah, they're doing something that's really hard. You see, I think it's time for us as a group, and it's time for us as a species to recognize that hard is the answer. Everyone in this room is the product of 10,000 generations before you. Are we ready to go for a little vision before we finish up? I want you to connect with your humanity. I want you to go back to the woman walking across the savannah 10,000 years ago. Her husband has died of some disease, we don't even know what it was. She's carrying 2 children across the plain. There are people out there, there are lions and tigers. She wants to protect her children. She kept going, she was hungry, starving, lost loved ones, lived in a land of uncertainty, cold, wet, disease. And she survived. And she made more of us. And what about the painter that painted the first paintings on the cave? The first art forms. They are your ancestors. The people that were chiseling all night in a cold weather trying to get fire to keep the animals away. The men and the women that ran against the arrows, the axes, the swords, the guns, the bullets, throughout all time for a better future to protect someone. The people that came across on boats full of pestilence, disease, starvation, uncertainty for a better world. The people that built countries when nothing existed. There were no roads, no wires, no telephones, no cell phones, no communications. That built universities and developed science and flew to the stars. That is your ancestors. That is the people that came before you. That is the spirit that lies within all of us. And it's time for us to embrace it as a population. It is time for us to move from the evolution that started at Homo erectus and become Homo sapien and is now leading into Homo unitus. We are in the middle of a species transformation. We cannot survive on the planet as a singular, separate force. That we need to evolve into a single organism that recognizes that all men and women are equal, that we need to provide the same amount of choices and options, and that if anybody does not have the option to be healthy, to have a reasonable level of safety and financial independence so that they can create peace of mind, our job is not done. So as a group, I will ask for you to do one thing. Let's go out and change the world. Yeah.